So, we are back, and it is October now, because this should be going up October 1st, because I had to work today, and you had school, so we didn't get to do this till the evening, so it'll probably be a late upload, but it's still technically our Friday episode. But anyways, what movie are we going to be watching today?
Hocus pocus!
So we'll shortly be doing a review, but there will be a link to it up at the top for the first movie, which we'll probably do over the weekend, and maybe put that one out Monday. But we're watching Hocus Pocus 2, right?
Yes! So,
we already know that the Sanderson sisters are coming back. Is there anybody else you're hoping to see come back?
I am hoping for the black cat to come back.
The black cat?
You know that talking black cat?
Yeah. Anyone else?
And also, the main character from the first movie.
The little girl? Danny?
Yeah, and also the boy.
Zach?
Yeah. What's the mom dead?
Huh?
What's the mom dead? Because...
Well, there was his kind of pseudo girlfriend.
Okay, so add whole. I'm hoping to see the three main characters and also the sisters and the black cat.
So you're basically just hoping it's the same thing over again.
Maybe?
Just as the characters growing older. What if it's their kids?
What?
What if, like, they grew up, had kids, and their kids are getting into trouble? I don't think that's the case from the trailer, but guess we'll find out. What else are you hoping for in this movie? Anything else, or is that it?
I am kind of wondering what the Sanderson sisters are going to look like now. Because I know they have the same actors as number 2 and me come out.
Yeah.
And sorry if you misheard anything that I said. I am kind of sick.
Getting a cold?
I don't know, but I can't sweat it. But,
Allergies, maybe?
my
Runny nose?
Yep, and my throat's kind of like I feel like I need to drink some water.
Alright. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this movie. So, we'll see you guys after.
Bye.
I banish thee from Salem forever. You were right to fear thee. Magic has a way of uniting. Happy 16th birthday, child.
I have a gift for my favorite customers. Legend has it, it's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
Gilbert, where did you get that candle? Let's get out of here. The witch will be here any second. He's alive.
He woke up?
If we intend to live past sunrise, we have to steal their souls.
Whoa, wait, can we talk about this?
We must fly! Not for now. A revengeful maniac obsessed with getting revenge on Salem. So, very bad for Salem! We should get some salt. Why? So it tastes better when they eat us?
6 feet under.
Stop! I'm a good zombie!
Alright, so we just finished.
Hocus pocus! 2!
Alright. So, overall, did you like the movie?
I didn't know that.
I don't know, just go.
Okay. It was good. But normally, if you watch the first one, if I already know how the first one goes, because I already watched it, I normally say awesome, but because this one there has sad ending, because actually I do kind of like the bad guys, the witches. I do like the songs.
Yeah.
That because of the ending, and not really sure though, normally Hocus Pocus 3. Even though I wish there was. Hopefully there is.
It doesn't seem like there's going to be a Hocus Pocus 3. But this was definitely different than the book. Which I've already listened to the book. And I mean, I didn't really care for the book. If Cora wants to show you it. But, I mean, it had some good ideas. Whereas I feel like this movie was a lot of repeating the same thing that happened before.
Yeah, but guess what? Me and my dad figure out something bad in the movie. Guess what?
What?
They copied a song from Netflix.
Well, at the beginning of the movie, there's a song, and I believe it's by the same group that did the same similar song. I think the two songs came out at the same time because they were using it for Sabrina the Teenage Witch that Netflix was making. So, I don't know if they copied it or what, but yeah, that's what she's talking about, is that there's a song at the beginning of the movie that is the same song. It's not even like it's really a parody because it's not meant to be funny, but there is a parody song of that song used for Netflix's Sabrina.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and guys did not.
Do you remember that Sabrina show?
No, but it was getting back to the movie that we are watching. That's probably like right next to me. I can't see it though. Yeah.
But anyways, who is your favorite sister?
This one.
Winifred?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Sarah Jessica Parker looked like she had way too much makeup on for this role. And the other girl, the other sister, looked like she lost a lot of weight in 30 years. Which, good on her, you know, keeping in shape. But Bette Midler almost looked similar to the way she looked at the, last movie. I don't know what they did with her, but
I think they tried to make them different models since they were under the ground after all.
No. But Bette Midler, the girl who plays Winifred, she's older than your grandma.
What?
Yeah, your grandma's younger than her. And she's older than grandma.
Wow, what real parents do I have?
So anyways, basically the witches are tricked back by this guy who supposedly was there during the events of the last movie. And for some odd reason, he wanted to bring them back.
Yes, even though...
Not really sure why. he said, "Oh, I saw you, and then you were defeated before I could talk to you." And it's like, okay, so that's why you want to bring him back? That makes no sense, but okay, whatever. So he, I guess, took the remains of the... I'm guessing he took the remains of the black flame candle from the first movie, or... Well, it said the book showed him how to make a new candle, so...
Yeah.
But that, what you're holding in your hand, the audiobook, that has some different ideas involving their mother, and I think like a fourth sister. It's been a while since I listened to it, and I only listened to it once. It was okay. It wasn't great. I didn't like the wokeness in that book. And luckily, they didn't have much of that in here. There was one spot where there was a really good comedy line in this movie, so it did make me laugh. But the songs were a little bit flat, other than like the one song at the beginning that I liked. And there was a lot of them like trying to perform for everybody. It's like, okay, I get performing in the first movie. That's because they accidentally ended up on stage. And they performed one of their spells in a music-like tone. And the band just kind of joined in. But here it's like, 2 or 3 different times they try to perform?
It's not my fault that I like the movie.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm talking about the movie.
Because how great the movie is. Because how great those songs are.
Anyways... That had nothing to do with what I was saying, but... So, basically, instead of kids trying to just undo what they did, this time it's kids are learning that they're actually witches themselves, or at least the main one is a witch, and they're going to stop the sisters. And the sisters are trying to gather ingredients for another potion thing or spell that's going to let them live forever, or so they assume. And they have to do it in the forest. One other thing that I really think brought this down was they have the freaking Sanderson house in the town. Which, if you remember the first movie... It was outside the town, deep in the woods. The whole thing was like a museum. So I didn't really like that they changed that, because that's kind of unbelievable. It's like, okay, they're not gonna I thought maybe somebody drew up the house, and recreated it to, basically make a magic shop / museum.
I got something to say.
What?
What if they accidentally download your own creation of the first one? Because I'm pretty sure to be able to watch, if you're the editor or the one who made a movie, like, let's say, the Sonic movie. Let's say Sonic 3 is coming out.
It is coming out, but...
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, okay?
What does this have to do with what I was talking about?
And also, to be able to make the third one, they have to copy the exact same character and the exact same characters. And of course, Eggman is in Sonic.
And Dr. Robotnik. Come on. I want to get back to what I was saying. You interrupted.
And maybe add some other characters like Tails. And of course Shadow. And put them in 3. And all they need to do is add the backgrounds. so cutely, when they were making the first one, they had to figure out besides Kyoto. Because the first idea, as a stop list.
Why are you talking about Sonic when we're talking about Hocus Pocus?
I just had to figure the idea of what's going to say it. They want to do the exact same movie since Hocus Pocus 3 isn't coming out because, well, guess what? The ending. They died.
Okay.
They truly
Well,
died.
don't spoil it for everybody. This just came out yesterday.
What do you mean yesterday?
Yesterday. It just came out yesterday. It's after midnight. It just came out yesterday.
I told them yesterday. It says it's Friday. Okay, maybe if you are watching this yesterday, then I guess my dad's probably right. But if you're watching this on Friday, my dad makes no sense.
Anyways. Alright. So, like I said, my problem was that for some reason now the town is suddenly, or the house from the first movie is suddenly in the town instead of in the woods where it was in the first movie, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So anyways, let's just move on to final verdicts. Cora, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Hocus Pocus 2?
Well, normally, if we watch it Hocus Pocus 1 before 2, I would give it a 10 out of 10 for the first one. But for the second one, I'll probably take halfway because, well, it kind of ended with a sad ending. I want more Hocus Pocus, but sadly, something tells me that's not going to be a third one.
Well, you know, the actresses who play the witches are really old now. This is their last chance to play the witches. Because they're getting so old. They're not young anymore like they were back in the 90s. It's been 30 years since the first movie. Daddy was like 10 or 11 when the first movie came out. 11, I think. So, I mean, back then they were adults in the movie. Add another 30 years. Like I said, the main one, she's older than Grandma. So what would you score this movie? Because maybe that ending, yes, it was sad, but it was also good because it was kind of them accepting their fate and laying to rest for good, knowing that they weren't coming back again. So it's like a farewell.
I'm still going to give it 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10? Okay.
Because I'm so sad.
I would honestly have to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Because of all the reasons I've already said. I didn't really care for the fact it was kind of repetitive of the first movie. There was a lot of things that were just like, oh, well, we did it before, let's just do it again. There were new tricks and stuff that they played on the witches, but it wasn't like all spectacular. I think the other kids did well. Also, I was kind of disappointed they didn't at least bring back 1 or 2 of the kids from the first movie. I thought that would have been good. Like maybe they called up, tracked one of those kids down and said, hey, I need your help, and they didn't do anything like that, which was kind of a disappointment. Definitely would have liked to have seen the girl who played Danny return, because I haven't seen her in anything for a long time. So I would have to give this a 6 out of 10. Cora gives this a 5 out of 10, which is honestly quite surprising. Because, I mean, she was more excited to see this than I was. So, alright, so this has been our review of Hocus Pocus 2.
to say.
Well, say it quick.
Something tells me that if you watch the movie, so when you watch this video, you don't just have to watch the trailer. That yes, my dad does edit in the video. Something tells me that the black cat in the second movie what was the black cat's name again in the second movie?
I think Cobweb.
Cobweb is actually the first one black cat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, who knows if he was trying to actually hide.
Binks passed on. He went to the afterlife with his sister at the end of the first movie.
Oh, okay, maybe I accidentally forgot it some parts.
Well, don't worry. We'll be watching the first Hocus Pocus and doing a review on that.
Yeah!
Link will be up at the top. Point up to the top of the screen. There you go. Link's up there if you want to watch that once it's up. Alright, so, are you trying to be like the Starburst guy? Berries and cream guy? Every time you dance like that, that's what it makes me think of. Berries and cream, berries and cream. Quite a little girl who likes berries and cream. He kind of dresses the way they kind of dress. Alright, so that's our review of Hocus Pocus 2. We will wrap this one up. Please be sure to
like, comment, and subscribe.
Alright. And because we're entering October, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
Alright, see you guys later. Bye.